Is anxiety or OCD taking over your identity? We're going to talk all about it. Stay tuned. That's what's up next. Hi, my name is Natasha Daniels. I'm a therapist and I make videos for people with anxiety or OCD. And today I want to talk to you about whether your anxiety or OCD is growing so big in your world and in your life that it's actually taking over who you are. That may not make any sense at all. I'm going to break it down in 1 second. But if you are enjoying these videos or you want some extra help with your anxiety or OCD, don't forget to hit subscribe, hit the bell so you get notified when I make new videos because they come out every Thursday and I don't want you to miss them. Okay, let's talk about this identity thing. So sometimes we are struggling so much with our anxiety or OCD, or we aren't, but we want to identify so much with our anxiety or OCD that it becomes the only thing that we feel we are. What does that mean? I'll give you an example. I can't do that. I have OCD. I can't go there. I have social anxiety. My OCD won't let me, right? Or you need to do that for me. I have OCD. Or when someone asks you, hey, how are you doing? The first thing you talk about is your anxiety or your OCD because that's all you think about. So sometimes when it is taking over our identity, we use it as a crutch. Now, not always. Sometimes when we identify with our anxiety or OCD, it's a great thing. We're communicating, we're talking to the people around us about our struggles. We're letting them know how we're doing. We're rolling up our sleeves and we're working on it. We're working on it really hard. But sometimes the ugly side of that is that we use it as a crutch and we say, hey, I have OCD, I can't do that. Or I'm sorry, but it's my OCD. Or I'm sorry, it's my anxiety, I can't do that. Do you do that sometimes? I know that I have in the past. A lot of times I would say to my husband, I can't go to that party. I have social anxiety. Can you come with me? It's too hard, right? And so I use that label all the time to get him to accommodate me and let me have no anxiety, which long-term didn't help me, right? We talked about that in my last video when I talk about independence and how to get our empowerment and not be dependent on other people to take away our discomfort or our fears. And so sometimes my kids will do this too. They'll say, I have OCD, or that's OCD, Mom, I can't help it. And that's over-identifying with anxiety or OCD. It's one thing to recognize that you have the struggle, but it's another thing to use it as a crutch. Because even if it's your anxiety or OCD, that doesn't mean that you're not going to power through and say to yourself, what small steps can I do in this moment to move away from what anxiety or OCD wants and sit in discomfort? What can I do to get a little bit out of my comfort zone and build up my muscles against anxiety or OCD so I can handle this? And when we use it as a crutch, we don't do that. So that's the first thing. The second thing that happens is sometimes we so over-identify with our struggles and our anxiety or OCD that that's all we talk about to other people. So we might have friends or family, and whenever we are hanging out with them or we're talking about anything, we always bring it back to our anxiety or OCD. And it is good to share. It is good to feel like you can get support from your family and your friends. But is it over dominating? Are you dominated by the topic of anxiety or OCD, where when people think of you, all they think of is, oh yeah, there are struggles with anxiety or OCD? Or do they think about the other amazing aspects of who you are? My dad had bipolar disorder, and whenever I would call him and I'd say, hey Dad, what's going on? How are you? He would just go right into, I've had some ups and I've had some downs. I had a manic period and I'm on this medication. And he literally never said anything other than a status update on how he was doing. And he was more than his bipolar. And it wasn't that I didn't want to hear about how he was doing, but I wanted to hear more about his life besides his struggles. That should just be an introduction. And so you want to ask yourself, who am I besides my anxiety or OCD? Am I, an equestrian and I love horses? Or am I an artist? I love drawing. Do I love numbers or science? Do I love being compassionate with people? Do I like physical things? Do I like gymnastics? Who am I as a human being? I'm not just a bunch of compulsions and fears. What else am I? I'm kind-hearted, or I'm a good listener. So get out a piece of paper and get a pen and write down, who am I? And then I want you to start listing, who are you? And eliminate anxiety or OCD for this exercise. We already know that. And that's not to discount that or to shove it under the rug, because it's so good to acknowledge your struggles and to work on your struggles. But that's one little piece of the pie of who you are. What else are you? Who are you? What do you enjoy? What's a strength about you? What's something good about you? I want you to start identifying those. Now, you can over-identify with your anxiety or OCD in a positive way. You can want to let other people know about anxiety or OCD. You can become an anxiety or OCD advocate. You could be like me, where I've taken all my struggles and I went to graduate school and I learned how to help other people. And then I have kids who have anxiety or OCD and OCD, and I have learned how to help them as a parent. And then I decided to take it bigger and make a YouTube channel and help you directly. And so even though I do all of that, and my full profession and my motherhood is very heavy on anxiety or OCD, I am still more than that. I still enjoy other things. I still have other interests and other personality traits that are completely separate from anxiety or OCD. And so do you. So I hope that you write some things down, and I hope you start to listen to yourself, listen to how you talk to others and how you identify yourself, and add a big space in there for some other things. Well, I hope that you find the sparkle in everything you do. I'll talk to you again next Thursday. And I just want to remind you as well, for those of you that are parents that are listening to this, that I am doing a free series. Forgot to talk about this. And my free series is on survival tools for parents who are raising kids with anxiety or OCD. So if that is you, you can join my series. It starts actually today, Thursday. I don't know what day it is. And it runs for about a 2-week period. So you can watch these free videos. There's 3 of them. It's a 3-part video series at any time. And I'm going to teach you some tools to help your child, no matter where they are in their anxiety or OCD, to start to help them. And so I hope you join us. It's a lot of free support and education, and it's a very popular series because people get a lot of value in it and they start to see some big changes right away. So I will leave a link below. It's atparentingsurvivalseries.com. That's atparentingsurvivalseries.com to sign up and join us. I'd love to have you there. All right, for the rest of you, I will talk to you again next Thursday. Take care.